Hello and welcome to my channel Science Query. I am your host Dr. Asha, and in this video I am going to talk about structure of glucose. Before going into the details of the glucose structure, let's just first understand what is a glucose. Glucose is a monosaccharide. Monosaccharides are simple form of carbohydrate. Glucose is the most versatile sugar and is important for all the vital activities like photosynthesis and respiration. Also, glucose is an important part of blood sugar and regular sugar. The next 6 minutes of this video will cover the following topics: glucose structure, enantiomers like D-glucose and L-glucose, hemiacetal and hemiketal form of glucose, mutarotation and anomers. Now let us first see the glucose structure or the structure of glucose. The general formula of glucose is CnH2nON. Glucose is a hexose sugar, therefore carbon in glucose is 6. Hence the formula is C6H12NO6. Now let us see the structure of glucose in a little detail. Glucose molecule is having 6 carbon atom with a aldehyde group. Total number of hydroxyl group, that is OH group, is 5. Total number of hydrogen atom, that is H, is 7, and total number of carbonyl group, that is C double bond O, is 1. Now let us see the enantiomers of glucose, that is D-glucose and L-glucose. Enantiomers are the compounds which have same chemical formula but are mirror image of each other. Did you know majority of sugar in higher animals including humans are of D type, that is D-glucose. Now let us understand the hemiacetal and hemiketal structure. Hemiacetal and hemiketals are formed or produced when an aldehyde or a ketone reacts with an alcohol. This results in the formation of hemiacetal or hemiketal structure. Now let us see, in case of glucose, the aldehyde group of glucose forms the hemiacetal structure. The aldehyde group at C1 of glucose reacts with the alcohol group of C5. The C1 of the glucose is partially positive and the oxygen in the hydroxyl group of C5 are partially negative. Hence the C1 get attracted towards the C5 and C6 get repelled away from the C5, which results in the formation of a ring-like structure that is known as the hemiacetal structure. Let us see the hemiacetal formation in glucose. The glucose having 6 carbon atom, the carbon atom of the C1 is partially positive and the oxygen at the C5 carbon atom of hydroxyl group is partially negative, which results in attraction of C1 towards the C5. The bond formation of the oxygen atom of C5 with the C1 result in release of one electron group. And due to this bond formation, the double bond of the carbonyl group break down into single bond and the oxygen again gets the lone pair of electron. This lone pair of electron of the oxygen attracts the hydrogen group from the solution and forms the OH or hydroxyl group. Now next, let us understand the mutarotation of alpha and beta D-glucose. Mutarotation is the slight gradual change in rotation to an equilibrium point. This rotation generally happens when alpha and beta anomers are dissolved in water. Well, now let us test the knowledge about the structure of glucose before closing the video. The first question about the structure of glucose is: glucose is A. monosaccharide, B. oligosaccharide, C. disaccharide, or D. polysaccharide? The answer for this question is glucose is a type of monosaccharide. Now the next question: type of sugar present in higher animals are A. L-glucose, B. D-glucose, C. fructose, or D. none of the above. The answer is D-glucose. D-glucose is the type of sugar which is present in higher animals. Now let us see the next question. D-glucose and L-glucose are A. enantiomer, B. anomers, C. both the above, D. none of the above. The answer is D-glucose and L-glucose are enantiomer of each other. Alpha D glucopyranose and beta D glucopyranose differ in A. The size of the hemiacetal ring, B. The number of OH group present, C. Configuration, D. Conformation. The answer of this question is C. Configuration. Well, that is all about the glucose structure. If you like my video, then please like, share, subscribe my channel Science Query. Thank you.